What up, guys? Today I am back with another program review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the program Ogus 753. Before I get into this video and this review, I just want to say thanks for following along. Thanks for checking out my video, and if you would like to see me and my training, I'm trying to put about 100 pounds on my squat in less than 30 weeks, go down below, hit the subscribe button, subscribe to my channel. I got daily vlogs, program reviews, and just other random cool stuff about powerlifting, strength training, and sports, so I'd hit subscribe. All right, well, now that that's out of the way, I'm just gonna hop right into this review. Ogus 753, little backstory on it, created by famous YouTuber Matt Ogus. Matt Ogus is a natural bodybuilder, borderline pro. He's a very great physique, in my opinion, and has competed in the Muscle Mayhem multiple times. I'm pretty sure he's never won the overall, and he is currently still looking to get his pro card. I believe second place was actually his highest placing. For those of you who aren't familiar with Matt Ogus, I'll probably link his channel down in the description so you can check him out. He has an awesome channel. He is very notable in the bodybuilding, natural bodybuilding community. It's still up for debate whether he's actually natural or not. Obviously, we'll never know unless he tells us he isn't. But odds are, if you're watching this, you probably know who Matt Ogus is already, and you're probably deciding whether or not you should get his program and if it's good or not. So about the book itself, Ogus 753 is an ebook, costs $47. You can get it from Ogus's website. If you go to his YouTube channel, I'm sure you can find a link to the website to buy the program. For a $47 ebook, this is 98 pages worth of content. And a lot of it isn't just like filler content. In my opinion, is very well done. You can tell Matt worked really hard on this. And for the most part, everything he talked about in the ebook is all real info. For those of you who have followed along with Matt Ogus and his journey, know if you read the first few pages of the ebook and everything he talks about as far as relating back to him, he is 100% legit with the whole backstory and everything. Also, what's cool about the ebook is there's a lot of extras that go along with it. So you're getting a pretty good bang for your buck for a $47 ebook. Definitely the most content I've ever gotten with a $47 purchase for a program or an ebook. There are spreadsheets that'll calculate your workouts, and he gives you worksheets and stuff for you to track your training and write everything down and stuff. That all extra stuff, plus there's like links to YouTube videos for stuff like form and mobility. So all that, in my opinion, is definitely worth the $47. If you're somebody who just generally likes programs and weightlifting content and stuff, I recommend that you get the program. It's definitely worth it. All right, so the first thing about the program I want to talk about is the split. The split is a 4-day-a-week split. He recommends you start with 4 days a week. You have 1 day for the squat, 1 day for the bench, 1 day for the deadlift, and 1 day for the overhead press, dedicated to the main lifts across the course of the week. The common way to run this is Monday, Tuesday off, Thursday, Friday, and to also run this as like an upper-lower split. Although you can run it as a push-pull legs, but Matt recommends that you run this as like an upper-lower split, and this, in my opinion, is actually good. Most natural trainees are going to look at this from the perspective of, oh, there isn't like a Monday for chest, Tuesday for legs, Thursday for back, so on and so forth. But in my opinion, this is good. Most natural trainees and early intermediates that are bodybuilders, that are focused on bodybuilding, don't really train with a twice-a-week frequency. And a lot of studies have shown that natural trainees actually respond better to twice-a-week frequency versus once-a-week frequency. All right, now I want to talk about the program itself. For those of you who are familiar with powerlifting programs on the internet, Ogus 753 sure does sound a lot like Wendler 531. This isn't anything unintentional. Ogus 753 is meant to kind of be a ripoff of 531, and this is okay. The initial thought is like, oh, he's ripping off 531, just changing the rep scheme. But he's also ripping off the Smolov. The Smolov, for those of you who are not familiar with it, is a Russian squat training cycle program. You can get the Excel spreadsheet that calculates all the workouts for the program on the internet for free. I might actually just link that down in the description for people to see. It's a very high volume, high frequency program. One might say for very high level advanced lifters. So the way he combined the two is Ogus took the last 3 days of the base mesocycle of the Smolov and just designated a week for each day for each of the lifts. For example, the first week of the program is 5 sets of 7 of 75% of your 1 rep max. The next week is 7 sets of 5 of 80% of your 1 rep max. And then the third week is 10 sets of 3 of 85% of your 1 rep max. So basically the program looks like this. There's two versions of the program. There's Original and there's Mayhem. Original just has the first week being a top set PR week where you just go and shoot for a 3 to 5 rep max in all of the lifts for each day of the program. And then the preceding 3 weeks are the 3 weeks of Ogus 753, and then the following week is a deload week. And then after the deload week, you hit your top set PR week again, and you have the option to, if you hit a PR, can adjust your training maxes. Mayhem is essentially the same, except weeks 1 and 2 are 5 sets of 7 and 7 sets of 5. Then week 3 is 6 sets of 6 with 70% of your 1 rep max. Week 4 is still 10 sets of 3 with 85%. And then week 5 again is the deload week. In the program, Matt goes further into detail about how he wants you to perform the top set PR week, as well as set up the program, add accessory work, etc., etc. Initially looking at this program, you might ask yourself, am I going to gain a lot of strength from this program? And in my opinion, that's kind of like a yes and no, it depends kind of answer. Matt was basically using a program before this that he was hitting few top sets of 3 to 5 reps for each lift, which comparatively to 7 sets of 5, 5 sets of 7, 10 sets of 3, 6 sets of 6 is low volume. So drastically upping the volume is going to give you a drastically larger training effect. So when Ogus talks about the gains he made on this program, it was because of the lack of volume he was previously training with, as well as the effectiveness of this program. So for those of you looking to kind of hop onto this program, I would recommend that you are at least a year into training and have trained with moderate volumes at least. So initially you might be thinking, am I gonna gain a lot of strength in this program? Kind of like 531, there's a lot of high set, low rep schemes in this program you're working with between 70 and 85% of your max for the majority of the program. My answer to that is yes and no. If you're somebody who is used to working with high volume programs like the Smolov and higher volume powerlifting programs like Shaco and stuff like that, odds are Ogus 7531 probably isn't the look for you. You're probably a little too advanced. If you're somebody who's coming off starting strength, 531 or more lower level intermediate programs with lower volumes, odds are Ogus 753 is gonna help you make some gains. If there's one thing for you to take away from this review and you've plateaued and you're stopped making gains, it's that you need to do more volume. Matt Ogus created this program for himself because he was doing more of an intensity style training where he would hit 3 top sets of 3 to 5 reps for pretty heavy weight and then do back off training, and he would be trying to hit PRs pretty frequently in training. This program is kind of like the opposite. You're going for a top set PR, but you're not going for a 1 rep max PR. You're laying the foundation and doing a lot of the work in the trenches, grinding, doing the high rep, high volume work. 7 sets of 5, 5 sets of 7, 10 sets of 3, they're all over 30 rep protocols. Like, you're doing a ton of reps there for the main work, for the core lifts. You're going to get a lot of hypertrophy when you increase your strength while using these volumes. It's just that simple. Like, there's no two ways about it. If you go from doing 7 sets of 5 with 300 pounds to doing 7 sets of 5 with 400 pounds for bench press, how much bigger is your chest, your upper body, your shoulders, triceps, everything gonna get? It's gonna get huge. And that is the theory behind 753, is that if you increase the volume and the mechanical tension on the main lifts, you're going to make hypertrophy gains, serious ones. I must say, if there's one part of this program that I give a 10 out of 10, it's the way Matt Ogus describes and teaches you how to use accessory work. This is something that in 531 is kind of glossed over a little bit, and rightfully so. Jim Wendler was a powerlifter. He was concerned about his strength in the big 3 lifts. All the extra bodybuilding work and fluff really wasn't necessary for him. And in my opinion, in 531, it kind of just comes off as like do kind of whatever you want. There's a bunch of different things he has, just like the boring but big, and that's so cool. But what you want to get out of those lifts is to create aesthetics. You want to get jacked and gain muscle mass in the right body parts and have symmetry. At least that's the emphasis Ogus puts on the accessory work in 753. More so the fact that it's not just accessory work, it's necessary work. If you want to be a successful bodybuilder, you have to be good at doing stuff like bicep curls and bent over rows. These are essential movements to be good at for any successful bodybuilder. All of the templates that he gives you for it go to show that it isn't just like everything else. And if you want a great physique like the one that Matt Ogus has built, you got to give little things like accessory work 100% of your effort. Other than that, the rest of the ebook contains information on stuff like warm-up sets, recovery, mobility, and form. So how would I rate the program? Depending on what you are, who you are, what your goals are, I would say this program for a natural bodybuilder who is looking to gain strength, especially in an off-season phase, is definitely at least a 9 out of 10. If you're looking for a program that will help you gain a little bit of strength and enhance your aesthetics, this is definitely a good program to do and definitely one that you can use. For someone who is more performance-based, I would actually recommend against this program though. There are definitely more optimal programs out there as far as powerlifting goes. Doing the main lifts with a once a week frequency just really isn't enough. If you want to get really strong and you want to enhance your technique and form and go beyond and become a good powerlifter, Ogus 753 probably isn't for you. You're probably just going to need more frequency and more volume as you continue to progress. And again, if you're a beginner, I'd probably recommend something with a little bit less volume and something that you can kind of just work your way into, just learning the main lifts and the form. I would definitely recommend against doing this amount of volume for this amount of intensity as a percent of your 1 rep max for your first program if you're just starting to go to the gym. So guys, that about wraps up the review. If you have any questions or comments, definitely drop them down in the comments below. I'd love to answer any questions you guys have on this program. Again, I'm gonna link Matt Ogus' channel in the description so you could check out him if you're not familiar with him or the program. Also, if you like this review, go down below, drop a comment, and let me know what program you'd like me to review next. Other than that, please give this video a like. Go down below, hit the subscribe button. I got a ton of content about powerlifting, strength training, bodybuilding, and general sports and athletics. I myself am trying to hit a 500-pound squat this year, so if you're interested in seeing what my training is like, definitely check out some other videos I have on this channel. Besides that, all I have to say is thanks again for watching. I hope to see you in my next video. Peace.
Aside from my soul.